If you could tell us how you would be different in pushing the reform agenda from Senator Connor, especially if you are elected, but the Senate remains in Republican hands, because your 11-point plan would seem to indicate that the Democrats would need to be in the majority to accomplish much of what you are proposing.
Well, I think that when you look at a difference or at what I'm going to do, I think the fact that I've released this plan during the campaign, I've been very, very clear. I've in many ways built my campaign on the need for reform and change in Albany is going to have a significant effect whether we're in the majority or the minority. You know, to me, these reforms, you know, there's so many changes happening in the city, and there's so many ways that we need to do a better job than we're doing. And to me, the domino that makes all the other dominoes fall, and the thing that's holding it up right now more than any other, are these 11 points of reform. And so being a champion of those, being a continuous champion who brings those out into the open before being elected, who has an affirmative plan that gets pushed, gets discussed, and more than that, that you're willing to throw down the gauntlet on, I think will make a significant difference. It'll make a difference in the minority because you should every day, and some senators have done this, I think Eric Schneiderman has done this, and among others, frankly, Scott Stringer, who endorsed me and did get some reforms done as a member of the majority in the state assembly, has said that he thinks putting out this sort of plan, being an aggressive advocate for the kinds of reforms we need on rules reform, on campaign finance reform, on independent nonpartisan redistricting, on easier access to ballots and to elections, that putting out a plan, being a forceful advocate for them is a big part of getting it done. In the minority, you try to grow your caucus. You try to grow the group of people who aren't willing to do business the way it's happening now. And in the majority, you throw down the gauntlet and you say, we cannot recreate what's happened in the Republican Senate up to this point. We can't be the same body that's existed, but just in Democratic clothing. We must be democratic, but we must also be truly functional. And that includes doing things that are hard and that take away some power. Things like not writing your own district lines, things like no longer having the majority have such a preponderance of the resources and ultimate control over the resources just for the majority leader. We need to make those changes, and if we don't, nothing's going to happen. Saying that every day in every way you can, defending that, staking your career on that is what's required in Albany right now. That's what I believe. I believe that's what Citizens Union has said in many ways, and that's the approach I'm going to bring, whether we're in the majority or in the minority. And you know, frankly, I think that that's going to be a new approach in this seat.
Okay, thank you.